I was going to ask you about that in terms of like, you had mentioned that the Prime Minister was like a former CEO of the energy.
I also checked for certain. The moment we get a green light from the Prime Minister, the CEO will be happy to meet. In principle, there it's I've checked with his closest advisors, two of them that I know very, very well. I could speak to them rather informally, and they said, you just speak to Robert, the Prime Minister. He says yes, because the CEO hardly takes any decision without his approval. So it's what we assumed earlier in the meeting is correct. He's still kind of running G9 from the background.
So the CEO doesn't have any position, actually.
Oh, he does in principle formally, but basically the strategic decisions are still guided by.
So no, how much is the Prime Minister is still controlling G9?
Not visibly.
It's his baby, and it's a state, and it's a state-owned company. So
yeah. So he still has a lot to say, like not visibly, as I'm saying, but. Basically, they will do what he tells them to do.
Perfect. I think we are on the right path. Mr. Williams,
You say that out loud.
Yeah.
I hadn't realized actually that the Prime Minister was so close.
Involved in?
Yeah. No, I guess I missed that in the briefing.
So, I don't think he'll confirm that if you ask him.
But yeah, I mean, obviously it helps a lot.
Again, it's a matter that of Slovenia being a small country.
Yeah.
So once you're at the sort of top levels, suddenly it's all like one big family.
Did I understand you correctly when you said that the Prime Minister used to be CEO of the energy company?
G9.
And so if he loses, do you think he'll go back to that? Or
Yeah.
and would we be better off if he lost then? If
Because
he becomes
very much involved, let's say, very much knows what's happening in G9. So his people staying there,
I see.
If you need at some point, like you mentioned that you would be interested in sitting down with them. They're literally my friends running the G9 at the moment.
From any analysis we did, for us, the best thing that can happen that Mr. Golobov will stay in power.
Yes, that would definitely be the absolute best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he also controls somehow Guinea.
He does.
And
That's the fact. So after we've spoken, I've double checked that. It's like, everyone in the management board knows that the CEO will do what Golobov tells him.
the question is if he asking him before taking any decision.
You know what? He does. He basically needs a green light from him.
My question that I asked you before, if Mr. Golobov is going to lose the elections, he's going to lose all of his power and influence?
No. It's behind the scenes influence remains.
In which way?
That's what I was telling you.
Okay.
Like, not in terms of formal, but the people in the governance structures of Guinea are not going to be replaced tomorrow. But Golobov has always, he's been invested there as the CEO, and I think he is looking, in case he goes out of politics, he's probably going to try and go back there, right? I've spoken to his wife this week, and she told me he's on the phone for 15 hours a day, so it's completely safe in terms of the first checks of strategic alignment, motivation, their interest in this potential cooperation to do it with the CEO himself, right? It's just more than the blessing would have to come from Golobov. And I am very, very confident that he would agree, because he's given me green light on projects that were much more strategically, let's say, sensitive. And I've checked directly, and it was literally go through the Prime Minister. If he gives a green light, to discuss. So in terms of, let's say, sequencing our engagement, like stakeholders' engagement, sequencing might look a little different. If Golobov stays in power, then we basically have a completely direct path. Because I said I can pick up the phone and talk to the Prime Minister about this. I have on other projects. He gives a green light. He tells me who to talk to, who not to talk to.